the dust blade in there. We're going to leave Preacher one more time as we run into Outlaws versus Corvidae. Stop waving to him. But as we do jump into game number 2 of OCS Week 2, Mendrix, here we go again. No lethality last game, or no big rise of lethality, which was nice. It was about the tanks, and I feel like OCS have finally understood this week what 7-14 is all about.
Yeah, they kind of realize, you know what, lethality is fun and great and it gives you good kills, but when the enemy team has decided to go 4 or 3 tanks, all of a sudden, they just don't
Did you say
die.
4?
Yeah, you can go 4 tanks.
4 tanks?
Go for it, why not?
Yeah,
go
meta.
crazy.
7.14, baby.
Instead of putting him, instead of having a normal mid laner, just put a Galio there. It'd be great.
Why not? So the first ban is going to be Callista by Corvidae, not giving that one to Rain. LeBlanc and Talia. I mean, that is a flex ban because Zaita last week, of course, did play the Talia support. That was an interesting one. It worked out at the start. And then it didn't work out so much later. And it was fine. I think Corvidae, of course, in their team compositions just need a bit of working.
I think they need a lot of work across the board. I mean, these guys have the mechanics, but the experience seems to be just a little bit lacking when you look at these guys. I mean, I know Abyss Academy made that Baron call just before, but they did that last week as well. And immediately Noxide were like, sweet, thank you very much. We're going to take control of this game directly off the back of that. So again, decision-making, execution, just pushing for those objectives when you win the skirmish is something that I'd like to see from Corvidae. And if they do it, they have the potential to be a real contender coming into probably the next split.
Yeah, remember, Outlaws only took a loss against Atletico Esports, so coming into this game, we know how confident they are, and especially with Corvidae's blunders, like you mentioned there, and all the problems that they have with drafting. Let's see how they go in this game of Week 6. Cho'Gath and Jace were banned. Jace in the OCS. Yeah, big story. Twitch as well banned from Ozza, and that is a champion that needs to be banned away from him. Orianna the first pick, and again, they prioritize this Orianna the 3rd week in a row. And
when I look at the Orianna, I go, is it really a priority in terms of, do they just want to make sure Rolaris is on a strong champion that's hard to counter? Basically, there isn't really anyone that's going to get in there and absolutely fostigate the Orianna with any chance that they get. She will be a solid pick, safe every single time. So I think more along the lines of they're saying, yep, let's get a nice, good early pick for Rolaris where he doesn't have to worry about who's going to counterpick him, what's going to happen afterwards, and plus he slots into any team composition. Outlaws are giving nothing away.
No, they're not, but they are giving away the Thresh, but it's something that K-Pop doesn't have to play. He played the Tahm Kench and played an exceptional Tahm Kench against Abyss Academy.
That's what net them the win, honestly. When
really,
when I look at that game, although again, there's sort of out-of-meta picks. Tahm Kench seems to be coming back into it, but that was played back on the 7.13 when it wasn't that massive tank meta. But it was an intelligent choice because these guys know how to identify what certain picks are happening and who is the optimal choice into it. Again, Vayne is the optimal choice into Cho'Gath on paper. But in theory,
there's a big
we saw what happened.
Give us a real but. But there you go, Mendrix. Good to have you back with us. It is going to be the Zac who's actually just been left open and was left open last game, I think, as well. The Ahri was prioritized for Taka, and Babushka in the jungle now has to deal with Scam Diggity Zac.
I'm surprised they decided to go for the Zac as well. I think one of the things, or one of the criticisms that Preachers had in the past for Outlaws, and I've observed this as well, they seem to be very skimpish when it comes to wars. They don't like to put them out there. That's why they typically go for the Rek'Sai. They say, hey, I'm able to hold into places here. I'm able to see where the enemies are going. That's our way of making up for the lack of vision. You know who does that really well as well? Maokai. We saw him perform well before. He's going to be throwing out a ton of saplings. Makes up for that lack of vision that your team doesn't like to go for. But I'm surprised they've gone for the Zac. A great choice anyway. Is still going to be very effective. A good team fight composition coming through from Outlaws because you have a ball delivery system in the Zac.
Well, there is that flex of Gragas left and available, and Corvidae pick it up before going into the second ban phase. We know that in the OCS especially, it's been a Gragas flex because with people like 528 on Atletico, with other top laners across the series, it has been all about, yes, Gragas is a flex. We will play him up in the top lane, so that's a threat. Rakan after last game, not going to see the light of play as Corvidae banned him away. You saw that it was the Zaya picked up for Rain this time, so a better AD carry, Mendrix.
Or a better AD carry.
Better AD carry.
Basically has the self-pill, so looking good there. I'm really liking the draft from Outlaws because they want chaos already. So Zac's going to go in. Orianna's going to be putting the ball onto Zac to really cause some massive chaos. So yeah, AD, you might have to fight for yourself a little bit there. Great, let's get a Zaya able to do that, able to jump away if anything goes wrong. She's also got a little bit of a speed up, a bit slippery when she needs to be.
Exactly right, and that's what Rain has been known for in the past. Playing champions that can be slippery and deceptive, and Draven was one on the list that we've seen him before. Brom is the second support ban by Corvidae, and they are really trying to target out K-Pop, but they have left one crucial member open. Not that it would kind of be necessary in this team composition, but there is still the Tahm Kench.
And it would actually make sense in this team composition.
Well,
because you've got so much engage. You get another stronger engage in the top lane.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what? Let's get the Camille. Right, is it banned away? No. Oh, seems to be available. Let's get the Camille. Let's get another tank in the Tahm Kench. All of a sudden, every other member's going in.
Yeah.
And you've got one person who's guaranteed to peel away Xayah if anything goes wrong. Maybe he might need to consume Olaris if he really needs to. Basically, can just sit between the two there, and nice and dandy. Everything's cool, while everyone else is doing all the work.
They put no priority whatsoever in banning away the top lane, so they must not see Curse as a bit of a threat, whereas everyone else at the moment is saying Curse is a monster. The Tahm Kench is hovered, and we expect this one to get locked in for K-pop. No, they will go with the Renekton.
Carrying his own right anyway.
Still a
ST
carry?
pick. I love a good Renekton.
You do.
I'm surprised I get to play it so much. I would think he'd be banned at this point
Man,
in time.
just solo keep, Hendrix.
It's so much fun.
What are you, Diamond 5?
Diamond 5.
Oh, you're so proud of it.
Hard luck Diamond 5.
You're not. You just got there. What are you talking about? It is going to be the Tahm Kench locked in by K-pop at the very end of the day, however, with the Renekton. And I love the team composition that Outlaws have drafted with so much all in, but there's a lot of safety as well built into the back.
For the members there who need it specifically.
Yeah.
So Olaris is going to have someone that's going to be able to eat him away, as well as Rain as well. You're going to have that extra
It's got
protection
command
across the
protect
board.
as well. Shockwave can disengage
Exactly.
if it needs to be.
Pretty much you got your three frontliners who are going to be straight in the middle of
Yep.
every team fight that comes through. Tank meta well and truly alive.
Yeah, and that's going to finish off the tank meta with the Gnar as well for Raven. This is the champion.
Great counter pick.
Look, yeah, we haven't seen enough Gnar, and I'm curious to see how this goes, whether if the competitive matchup will be enough. But the counter pick locked in, as you said.
Yeah, Gnar's one of those champions who's going to sit back, make sure he can get those nice... Well, really, he wants to get ahead early so he can just stay in the top lane and just split push the entire way. You do not want Gnar in team fights unless he's mega. If he's not mega, he's sort of a sitting duck half the time. He's really annoying, yes, but you really want him for that mega Gnar so he can knock people up, cause some chaos in the team fight. It's just so unreliable. I've said it time and time again. I like reliable engage. Gnar doesn't have it.
But Gnar, of course, can be used in massive succession with this team. There is so much lockdown, and there is so much chain CC. If Corvidae get everything off, then that is going to be crucial. Outlaws won't be able to disengage.
Well, there's 5 members that can force a hard engage there.
Yep.
Gnar gets his ultimate. Sweet. Boom. He's in mega form. He can make something happen there. Ari gets the pick with the charm. Gragas just throws his cast. We all know what happens there. Thresh has a hook, has a box, has a flay, has 3 ways to start something.
Well,
Gonna be big.
Corvidae and Outlaws. Let's see if we see another upset for today, or if Corvidae will take a loss on the board. At this stage, you cannot be too careful, and Corvidae already 1 and 4 are going to have to be fighting their way out to stay safe from relegation. Whereas Outlaws get this win, get it nice and secure, could be looking at the promotion tournament sooner rather than later.
And with Outlaws, when we're talking about some of their weaknesses being those outer meta draft picks, everything here is within meta. These guys are here to win. They want to make sure there's not going to be any sort of misplays coming through for the fact that they decided to go for a Vayne in the lane. And I think, I was going to say, Curse will be ready to take the Raven if he decides to not be careful, but very wise to throw that boomerang in. People do like to sit in that brush.
Well, Outlaws, they've tried out a new roster, and they've put up a top laner who, frankly, we haven't heard of before, but is actually ranked 49 on the Challenger ladder, I think, at the moment. But high tier, a top laner by right, a top laner by choice. And coming into game number 2 of the day, with Outlaws putting everything on the line. Let's see how their top laner compares to Flick, someone who has played a great Renekton in the past and has been this standard stock top lane player who they don't have to worry about and they don't have to funnel resources into. Is Curse going to be the same? We're going to have to find out. He is going up against a counter pick.
I think there will need to be some love given towards him going into the Nada, and if he doesn't just outright win his Wayne, well, win his Wayne.
Win his Wayne.
Win his lane
I
early.
think I found a wabbit.
You think you found a wabbit on the side. All right, but what I do like about Corvidae with the pick in the Virus, I'll be interested to see if he decides to go for lethality or if he decides to go for that tank buster build that we know Virus is capable of. You've got 3 members there, nice and large, beefy members. Nice having a nice big tank buster to sort of, yep, if you run into me, I will destroy you. Your HP will be shredded.
And the shredded HP begins with Raven, who took half of it just running away from Curse, who he has the sustain. Raven has gone Doran's shield, so he will heal up. But it's Curse who's going to win the sustain battle, so if that continues on, expect to see Renekton pushing Raven out. He's gotten level 2 early. Raven is still at half health.
And typically with Renekton, if he does manage to get that early push, he generally is fine. Every time Raven tries to go for some harass, the minions will be there as the backup for Renekton. And that's typically what happens in the matchup. So it is always going to be in Renekton's favor to push it up early. Does put him at risk for ganks, and we do know that like Gragas loves to make a move there whenever he gets a chance to. This time around, it's not going to be Vibes though. It's going to be Babushka.
That's right. I was looking for the missing link of Corvidae. Of course, Vibes had a fantastic performance on Outlaws.
He was
at the start of
huge.
the split. Yeah, he was a consistent member again. This time, Babushka, someone who has subbed in before.
Here comes an engage from Scam.
Scam jumps in, slingshot there. He's going to look for the kiss. He's going to kiss it in a minion to flash forward. Oz is in a bit of trouble. Heals forward. One more hit from Time Catch. K-Pop does not drop top. Gets popped in. The flash forward, the play. The outplay from Corvidae as they pick up first blood.
That is great for Corvidae to get that as well. And it's going to be not on the map that you wanted to be. It's going to be on the Gragas. Manages to get the return play there. They're just going a little bit too crazy on that execution. They used their summoners. That's why they were going so deep for it. But K-Pop didn't get his exhaust off. I feel if he was able to get that off just a little bit earlier, that would have netted them the kill a lot safer. In the end, he ends up falling for his trouble by a great hook from Zaita.
That first blood is going to be impactful against Outlaws. K-Pop going down. Oz is able to pick up an extra almost 15 CS in that bottom lane. Of course, Rain didn't have to back, but he doesn't have flash. All summoners burnt from Corvidae's bottom lane. Okay, so what does this mean? And will this be beneficial for Scam Diggity, or will that first blood going over to the Gragas, giving assist to the bottom lane, change the face of this early game?
And this is what I love about that question, is the mind games involved with it. Because all of a sudden you go, great, there are no summoners on Corvidae. So that means they're susceptible to ganks. If we go for another one, we can get a return, put that favor back towards our bot lane so Rain and K-Pop can actually get going. But then at the same time, Babushka will go, you know what? They're going to put some focus there. I want to hang around. I might as well keep my strong lane strong. They could end up falling further behind if he's actually able to keep a good measure on what Scam might be going for his gank. Well, where Scam will be going for his ganks.
There is a lot of vision control by Corvidae around that bottom side with the Scuttle Crab, and it is a Mountain Drake. So the more pressure that's put on that bottom lane, the more that opens up that first elemental, which for a team comp like Outlaws would be so beneficial in the mid-game. Even Corvidae, you can see that, yes, they don't have the strongest of sieges, but for the neutral objectives and the ability to at least rush Baron, could still work, and there's no disadvantage here. Willaris will take a charm, goes in for the trade. Thunderlord's on Taka, so neck and neck. And Willaris, this is like the third or fourth week in the OCS that he's picked up Orianna. Priority pick for Outlaws.
This man loves his control mages. This is what he seems to just thrive on.
He loves his Orianna, Mendrix.
I mean, I'd love to see Zanivia again. That's something that'd be great. The wall, so big from the Willaris as well, but now what I want to see from Outlaws, they're behind. I want to see if they actually have fixed some of their mistakes where they do get the wards out, where they do manage to get in and sort of wrestle back some of that control. Because Corvidae, we saw them do a great job with their warding last week when they managed to have that advantage available to them. They went in, did their due diligence, made sure that they could go for objectives at the right time. Maybe not the Baron, but everything else seemed to be on point.
Well, after this wave, Curse will be up in CS, and he is playing this top lane very well at the start. Lane bully is Renekton. Should be fine. Curse picked up all of that CS. Like, he did not drop a single one. Raven backs off. Curse will be able to push this wave out. And for a counter pick so far, Raven not doing great, but he does have level 6. It is when Renekton may not feel as at home. It's going to be the Ninja tab I picked up first. Curse will back off, and Raven will just find this wave as it hits the turret.
That's a big defensive pick from Raven. I would expect him to actually start going into the makings of a Black Cleaver. Yes, Renekton is a lane bully, but at the same time, so is Nah, and typically he's the one who should be winning this push going through as well. So I'm a bit surprised that he went for the defensive pick in the end. Curse going for the offensive pick. So you can see already how much pressure this guy is able to putting out. The fact that already Raven is scared of him.
Down in the bottom lane, though, Rain has already gone. Remind me what that item is, Mendrix.
Is the Cull?
Thank you. It's going to call it Cull of the Meek. I'm like, hang on. Probably not.
You know why? Because you saw Renekton
I don't buy that item because I'm never behind as an AD character.
Q.
Thank you. I know that.
Well,
That's
then
why
you were about to call the item, Cole.
Mandrix,
Cole the Meek.
stop bullying
It's just
me.
a Cull.
2017, you can't say that.
I can definitely say
You
that.
cannot. I'm in control here.
You wish.
The disadvantage, however, when we look back at reality, is that Ozza has a Vampiric Scepter. In response to that Cull on the longsword, there is sustain on Ozza. There's a little bit more damage. And Rain has to pull back because Ozza is still 10 CS ahead. This bottom lane, this early gank had so much impact for Corvidae's bottom lane. They push it out, they back off. Both their summoners are available again. Scam Diggity will lose any opportunity to go back down bottom, and he is just prioritized on farming.
And the fact that Rain has gone for the Cull means Corvidae really do need to push that bot lane, get something out of it, because Rain took a power, basically took a power trough in order to spike ladder to make up for that loss that was there before, by not opting in for items like, you know, for that extra sustain or to go for something else.
Well, Slingshot can come through.
Too much. Here comes the big
Shockwave there as well. Hits two people. Let's bounce. He gets Taka. Has to use the Spirit Rush. Flash over the wall from Babushka. Willaris follows through. Very ambitious. Will get the ball back. Babushka gets auto-attacked with the ball. And Willaris for his first kill.
That is a nice lane up there. Immediately, Outlaws find an opportunity to go for it because they've had control in the bot lane. You get your support up in there as well. Using that long engage from Scam. Wow, are they actually going to go for this?
They go for the dive already. Curse has been charmed up. Death Sentence is getting bullied. The chomp from K-Pop will save his life. Raven has no Naba, so he wastes a teleport. And it will just be that one kill still for Willaris.
You could tell from the tone of my voice beforehand, I was a bit worried about that gank there. It looked like it was about to go pear-shaped the moment Thresh landed that hook, but I keep on forgetting about how much of a get-out-of-free jail card Tahm Kench is. Has to use his flash to make it work. I guess you could see that was the moment that the escape went a little bit pear-shaped and he had to get out.
Yeah, you did say pear-shaped.
I said pear-shaped again.
I think you like pears, Mendrix.
Oh, right now in this context I do.
No, what? Do you not like pears?
I like pears.
Do you?
Yeah, who doesn't like pears?
I don't know. Sometimes me. Sometimes they're a little bit too hard.
Sometimes. What do you mean?
When they're not ripe, Mendrix.
Okay, all right.
Go to the fresh food market.
Oh, pears are fine. It's just right now, it's the shape that's a bit weird.
Yeah, me too.
All right, anyways. No real pressure has been put onto this bot lane for Outlaws, so that Cull's probably going to go through unpunished. And Outlaws find a way to call themselves back into this game. Well, not really call themselves back into it, get that deficit back. That nice play.
It's still neck and neck with Corvidae and Outlaws. And Taka looks like he's doing okay into Willaris, a lane that by now you'd think the Orianna would start losing and start having to fall back because of how aggressive that Spirit Rush can be, because of the Ignite taken against Willaris. Willaris has gone cleanse. And against the Gragas, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's Chains of Corruption.
I would take cleanse against that team any day.
Charm, Chains of Corruption. There's
Death
so much.
Sentence, play, box, stun against the wall. Just so much. Speaking of that.
Yep, Flay's going to come through. Death Sentence dodged with the help of K-Pop. This guy on Tahm Kench is the factor that Outlaws can count on.
And here comes Scam.
Jumping in, Slingshot, Flubber is very aggressive. Yeah, there's a Featherstorm. Bladecaller can come through as well. They root two members up. Zyda has to flash. Let's bounce. Take me home, baby. Country Road. John Denver has jumped onto Summoner's Rift, as this time it's the Renekton from Curse who changes the game. Ozza, run for your life, as Outlaws are so good at these dives, and they create another one, only losing Rain.
The identified Raven had no teleport. Curse had his up too. He's like, yes, go for this dive. It didn't look like it was going to go the way of Outlaws, but a big let's bounce puts the position in place. And he was doing that as the teleport went in. They knew all of Outlaws was on the same page there, and all of a sudden they were at a deficit before, but now well and truly in the lead.
And Willaris sits mid, comfortably farming in the meantime. The mid laner's not even going to participate, but the rest of Outlaws play it so well in these macro plays. Let's take a look at this sexy dive once again.
So this is what I was talking about. Everything here now is happening for a reason. You think, okay, great, not too much is happening. There's the teleport already, because they understood I have my ultimate. That one is down on the side of Raven, and everything just so easy after this point because you have the overcommit from Corvidae who think, great, we've got this team fight. They've already stuffed up all their engages. But no, summoners are a factor on the map. You have to take that into account. They didn't count that, and they end up losing for it.
I mean, Ozza does trade back, and that is the one shining light you can see for this AD carry. So he goes back. He doesn't have enough for Blade of the Ruined King. Essence Reaver not picked up by Rain either. So these AD carries remain neck and neck apart from the farm. And there we go. There's the ultimate use. The Abyssal Voyage puts Zyda in a very detrimental position. There are 3 members on him. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Blade Caller comes back in, and Rain tears apart Thresh.
And K-pop just seems to be amazing on this time catch. Understands what he's capable of his ultimate. So tough to deal with when he does find the right engage. Zyda, although he had to move the wrong way, I think by doing that he actually saved the life of Ozza there, because all of a sudden you can't get the kiss off that Zach likes to go for when you're too far away for him to find you.
And Ozza's just being chased by Scam Diggity right now. Looking for the stretching strike. Scam Diggity walk away, zones him out, Chains of Corruption to root him down. Outlaws are getting teleported on. It's coming through. Scam very, very low. Will take the passive. Raven has no Narbar again. Hasn't timed this one. And Raven gets nothing. Teleport wasted for the second time.
I think that teleport coming through was more a desperation, saying, guys, I'm dying. I need the help here. Outlaws putting so much pressure, able to get the teleport out of that situation, and now Curse is just well and truly happy.
Exactly right. Curse, every time these teleports come out, he's not following. The one teleport he followed, you saw before, his cleanse was used a little bit too early. Laris has to flash away. Or pardon me, maybe it was used right in time. Corvidae try and force something mid, and Raven will take the summoner off of Laris.
Okay, going back to Curse there. I mean, they basically said, you know, let's try to make the best of a bad situation. We just used our teleport for nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing at all.
Nothing.
And Curse is sitting there saying, sweet, I'm getting free farm. I've got the effective teleport.
Ew.
Scam just flying around the map randomly because he can.
Because he's goo.
Because he's goo indeed.
It's all goo.
Flubber, eat your heart out.
I'm sorry. I should never go down the path of weirdness with you, Mendrix, because I feel like it never works out.
It just doesn't, yeah.
It's like Alice, she never went down the rabbit hole. She just sat under the tree the whole time. Have you heard that theory? We're not going to go into that theory. But
she just fell asleep.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's...
So like, what happens? So if you're Alice, you go down the rabbit hole. If I'm Alice, I just fall asleep. I'm having a nap under the tree.
But what if you Scam Diggity?
The Scam Diggity just flies, mate.
Mendrix, PG. Come on. We are seeing bottom lane push up from Outlaws once again. 2-1 and 2 on this Zion. That Cull is almost finished up. Zyda just has to deal with the fact that he's a normal support this week. And it has been a good performance, but it has not been enough. Death Sentence goes out, hits a minion. That turret is so close to dying, and first turret could be that gold advantage that Outlaws just snowball off of.
I think Oz is enjoying the fact that he's maybe got us a normal support this week.
It's actually with him.
He's with him this time. He's, oh, sweet, you're here. I guess the one thing that he'd be having a bit of a bad problem with is the fact that there's always going to be a Zac just seems to be in the lane every single time.
Well, ban Zac or you don't get back. That's what they say. Back in my day. 3k gold lead building up slowly. Let's make it only 2,000. Sorry if my math was there. 2,500. Corvidae lose first turret blood. And the rest of Outlaws are in their comfort zone right now. Babushka, a flash forward coming through from Taka. He is coming in as well. Scam Diggity finds the stretching strike. Here we go. Abyssal Void Shockwave brings Babushka back in. Gets licked in the back. Oh, Babushka gets slowed down as well. One more chomp and chew. It's a drive-through, baby. Get in my belly. That's what you should have done, K-Pop. But he drops top instead. Let's bounce backwards. And K-Pop is in a lot of trouble. He will be the one taken down. A play botched by Outlaws.
Yeah, Corvidae wanted to make something happen there. A big flash.
No,
just going to fall short.
He laughs. It's all good. He's just chilling. It's just a bait.
Okay, so let's go back to it there. Corvidae wanted to make the play because they knew the flash and the cleanse is down for Rolara. So they jump in. They miss everything there. Outlaws is ready to respond with Scam Diggity jumping in afterwards. They try to continue the play, but again, go too deep in that situation, and they give back a kill. So a little bit of that first blood coming back to haunt Outlaws, who thought they had the momentum, thought they'd be okay, and K-Pop seems to be the guy dying every time.
But K-Pop's still 0, 2, and 5. He's got 100% kill participation.
That's because he's the guy that's always in the teamfights, right?
Yeah, I mean, he gets caught out sometimes, but he's doing his job. But Corvidae, the problem is they keep getting these kills back, and as much as Outlaws are willing to push that envelope, it's only 2,000 gold, and it's the early game for Corvidae.
But we talk about this with Corvidae every single time. Yeah! They managed to get the trade back in the team fight. Yeah, they found an opportunity to do something. What have they done with it? there is no turret taken. There is no dragon taken. Outlaws are the guys with the first blood turret. They've swapped everyone around. They're getting control of the Rift Herald. Everything just seems to be going their way. Corvidae will start to fall behind. And expect around the 30-minute mark for Outlaws to switch on with this extra goal lead they have, probably earlier, and just win the game.
They're such a controlled macro team that I would be scared if I'm Corvidae, and that's why Outlaws look so relaxed right now. They're botching some of their plays, but you've still got so many lanes that are in that comfortable position. Scam Diggity counter-jungling to the wazoo right now. There are some wards controlling Corvidae's topside jungle, but 18 minutes in, doesn't look like Rift Herald yet has been started. Yeah, don't talk, Hysterics. Hysterics talked, I'm sorry. Rift Herald has been started, can confirm.
Caster Curse coming through, but they're going to see it anyway.
Oh, that's so overused. No, I'm kidding. I used that the whole of last week.
It has to be used, man. It has to be said the moment it happens.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
They're not doing the Rift Herald. As I say that, they start doing the Rift Herald. I mean, it's just it has to be said there. But Corvidae do have 3 members to say, get away from that Rift Herald. He's just trying to have a nap. He doesn't want to go down the rabbit hole with you.
Yeah, but now turret is starting to be taken in topside. So although they do stop the Rift Herald, Outlaws get a lot of chip damage. Chain of Corruption missed. They get the death sentence onto K-Pop. Exhaust already coming through. 3-man play. The box is there.
Oh, nice
K-Pop
barrel.
caught out again. The wombo from Corvidae. There it is. You see it once more.
Both those teams, they use the teleport as well. Tarka's getting into it.
Featherstorm goes behind him. Great flash from Rain. He survives. No way. Babushka goes in with the body slam. Death sentence lands. Scam Diggity might be the cause for concern. Let's bounce. He survives. Courage of the Colossus. OP. Nerf that, man.
Wow, credible plays there coming through. Again, both the teleports were used there. No one takes it in the end, but Corvidae managing to get that kill using all of their engage tools effectively. Outlaws just didn't have enough kill, didn't have their team fight there to actually make sure they could cause enough chaos to be involved in that team fight, and Corvidae take the win.
Mendrix, chaos is your word of the game.
Yeah, okay, let's just put this into...
Yes,
Outlaws are order, which is hilarious because they're Outlaws.
Nice.
All right, because they want to be able to sit back and have a structured team fight. And
Corvidae are confident.
Yeah.
What were you going to do?
Wait. No, I messed this up.
You did.
I did.
It was
so
you.
Outlaws are chaos because they want to have a crazy team fight. There we go, right?
Yeah, no.
Corvidae is order because they want to be able to get in there and line up all that CC, basically make sure they've got a nice structured engage.
Core and order.
There we go. What?
When do we see Fiddlesticks coming back on the Rift?
We're not going to see Fiddlesticks anytime soon.
Man, when Fiddlesticks comes...
You know what? I was about to when you said when we're going to see Fiddlesticks, I was like, that's ridiculous. So I said Riddlesticks because he's ridiculous.
Oh,
You're not going to see him now. Look at that engage.
Well, Lars just gets explosive cast back. Death sentence misses. But K-Pop was there anyway. That's what you have to know. He's saving the day. And as ridiculous as we are right now, it's only 1,000 gold lead. That turret goes down in the top lane. And to recap, Baron is alive and well.
Please,
and thinking about calling his parents.
Please, no one go for Baron now. Just kill someone, get an effective lead, something along those lines first, then go for Baron.
Scam jumps in, and this turret might just go down with the help of Rain. There you go. No minions to help. There we go. We finally go down. Gold back in the driver's seat. Meganar is available. Rain is in a bit of trouble. Goes for the flash. Locks down Rain. Stretching strike as well. K-Pop saves the day with a flash. Spits him back out. Tastes a little bit yucky. Rain kiting back. It is not enough. Raven picks up that kill. And K-Pop, he's going to go down again as Taka goes for the flank. A double kill. But make this 3 in total as Outlaws get wiped. And Corvidae are rotating so much better.
And now they can actually get objectives at the back of this as well. Outlaws are playing that objective focus game. Managed to get the 3 turrets there, but the big problem here is that they're forcing the ladder too much, and Corvidae are getting free kills off the back of it. All of a sudden, that gold lead that Outlaws had is not going to be at there, or not going to be at the same mark that it was, because now that's a lot of standing gold that they can pick up, and they've managed to catch up straight away.
So Corvidae crashed the wave into this top inner turret, and now Babushka opens it up, so he can potentially pick up this Mountain Drake. 21 minutes in, there's been no priority on one of the best elemental drakes in the game because there's been so much focus on getting turrets.
I love that.
Fighting.
That's a great little move there. Going from stop the blast cone, make sure there's no chance that this dragon can be stolen away. It's going to be another mountain as well.
Yep.
And now you can go for the Baron because you got a dragon that's actually worth its weight to take a Baron.
Corvidae look like they can do anything right now. They're still behind in gold. It's all these objectives that Outlaws have taken. But Corvidae are finding these windows, finding these misplays from Outlaws. And you got to say that at 22 minutes, it's not looking like a comfortable game for Outlaws anymore. It's looking like a game where Corvidae can find these openings. They have so much wombo. They have so much layering of CC. You would be worried if you're an Outlaws fan. Because if Outlaws lose against Corvidae, this could blow the OCS wide open. This would make Split 2 one of the closest splits we've ever had. Because Corvidae are a bottom team right now. They are sitting in second to last place. Okay. Outlaws are sitting at the top. This is a must-win for Outlaws.
This was supposed to be a statement game for Outlaws.
Yeah.
Top of the ladder going up against bottom of the ladder. This is supposed to be, you know, business as usual. I'm going to walk into the office, get my sale, get out. No problems there. But all of a sudden, they're sweating at the sale. There seems to be issues. They've left their briefcase at home. They lost their credit card.
There's no presentation.
They lost the credit card in the train.
PowerPoint.
Everything's gone.
Dude, the computer has no battery left. Dude, like, a sales nightmare.
Just everything just seems to not be going all right for them at this point in time. And Corvidae is sitting there going, sweet, we're going to steal this sale right up from you. Here comes another play.
Willaris flashes over the wall. Good decisive play, but in follows the Gragas. Finds 4 members of Outlaws. Chains of Corruption onto Scam Diggity. He gets locked down along with K-Pop and Curse. Pops the Dominus. Now 5 members of Outlaws have the inner track on this top turret.
Has a lot of minions as well. Allows them to get through it. Decent amount of wave clear available for Corvidae. Finds the hook.
Onto K-Pop. Charm goes out as well. Ozza goes way too far forward. What are you doing, Ozza? K-Pop licks him to death as the Dark Passage will save Raven. Corvidae now only 4 members as Outlaws don't look like they want to stop this top lane.
There are some ultimates available for Corvidae. The process of a turn is available. That's still a healthy turret. That's their 5th man.
Yeah.
Outlaws need to play this carefully still. We've seen what happens when they do go for an overextension to try and get these turrets, and Corvidae's managed to punish them every single time. And everything's just going to relax itself now and go back to normal as they just do some, I guess, housekeeping, get rid of the wards.
But it's moments like that where you say that Corvidae don't look in their form. Like, these are the mistakes that we've seen week after week. Ozza walks too far forward. Corvidae don't play it that well. And Outlaws have always just been like this team that are like, hey, if there's going to be a macro mistake, Outlaws will be the one to capitalize on it and pick it out first. And when you're going against Outlaws, it's like Abyss Academy. You cannot afford to make these mistakes. They will pull them out, and like you saw there, they will fully take advantage of them. And Ozza going down is just the start. Outlaws can do this time and time again. And Willaris, look for him to be the one that picks them.
Oh, I love that you went to Willaris on that one there, because I was just looking at the items that Corvidae has built. They do not have much magic resistance available to them. They've managed, Thresh has managed to pick up the Lock of the Einslari. That's basically a null magic mantle on his side. There's only 1 null magic mantle for the Gragas. Full armor for Raven there. Yep. So that means Willaris can definitely take him out if anything goes wrong. That man, he's going to be very scary for Corvidae if they try to take a fight in the next 3 minutes or so.
And there is so much protection on these carries. Scam Diggity has gone the Knight's Vow. There is a lot of opportunities. Babushka pops the Righteous Glory. There's the Shockwave. Spirit Rush away. Willaris doesn't have that ultimate now. But Curse has come in off the backside. K-Pop saves Willaris' life. TP is a little bit too late, and it is cancelled as Outlaws will just take 1 more.
I liked what Corvidae wanted to do there. Let's isolate the person who can really kill us. Get in there. They had a really nice flashy play, but Curse, once again, this man seems to be the rock for Outlaws at this point in time. Gets the kill. They've started the Baron.
And they're pretty confident with going for this Baron. Scam Diggity is level 12, Babushka is level 12 as well, so Smite is neck and neck, and both available. Ozza might be caught out again. Willaris is going in for the kill, trying to chase this one up with blue buff and resets. Has to take the plan out. Curse goes over the wall. They're sentenced to land. Baron's at 3,000 health. This is big for Outlaws. They have to secure this, but Babushka stays around way too long. He's going to go down. It's Curse who picks him up and is on a killing spree. Baron is now free. Picked up by Outlaws. A flash burn, and Corvidae are walking into Outlaws' open arms, baby.
They identified where they could go wrong in that play. Babushka is the man who is going to stop us from getting this Baron. Immediately, Curse plays point guard. We said look out for this guy, and he is absolutely delivering. Normally, you see a Titanic Hydra. on a Renekton.
He going Ravenous.
He's got a Ravenous Hydra.
Ow!
Makes sense. You know what? You got a Gnar who's going to be doing percentage health damage. Why would you decide to itemize for something that's going to be just chunked away with every third auto attack when you can just have that extra sustain off the back of it? Yeah, he's a little bit squishy, but you got 2 members already who can be decent.
I don't call that squishy.
Scam and K-pop. So all of a sudden, doesn't really matter for this Renekton to be building a bit extra more or building more damage focus.
Well, I guess when you have so much wave clear in the Corvidae lineup, adding a little bit more, Titanic is going to add more wave clear, let's be honest. There's more melee wave clear at closer range with the Ravenous Hydra, but the Titanic, yeah, would it have been better? Let's not question it, but Curse, he's looking comfortable. Welcome to the OCS because he's 3-0-2.
Great debut.
And having a great debut, exactly right. Outlaws now looking for the dive again. Scamdini goes on through,
flashes
in,
flash.
Body bomb, shockwave, wombo combo coming through like an episode of Iron Chef. They designate the Grand Champ into Walaris as they pick out Ozza. 1 kill and the turret, and this is Outlaws pulling into good form.
We wanted there to be chaos, and Outlaws have brought it. All of a sudden, they find the advantages they need. Corvidae can't sit back for that structured engage that they want to look for because they got super Baron-powered minions, and Scam saying, I'm jumping in, I'm using my flash, and I'm finding my pick. That's their big tank buster gone. I imagine Outlaws are just going to go through and steamroll them now.
Raven has Mega Gnar. Outlaws are playing this back nicely, but with the Baron buff, this turret is getting shredded. Curse goes in, says, I don't give a crap, and then the ultimate was used by Raven, disengages. It will be nice, but Curse is still looking at half health. Righteous Glory has been popped. Babushka finds Curse. He's gone a different way from everyone else. Has he been caught off? Charm is dodged away. Scam Diggity ready to go in with all Corvidae's members up, but Walaris takes a big chunk and eaten up. Outlaws disengaged. They'll take the turret, but not the inhibitor.
Not necessarily a steamroll, but they do manage to get what they came for. They wanted to make sure they could get that turret done. They've managed to break the base. That means they can just return it again. Here's all that damage from Walaris.
Shockwave, blue buff is caught up. He says, I want to go home, and Smite takes away the blue buff. Now Taka has no mana. Scam Diggity makes 2 people kiss. It's romantic, but only for Outlaws watching, and that's kind of creepy, actually. The explosive cast for Babushka doesn't disengage. Scam Diggity goes back in. Zyda's in a lot of trouble. He death sentences. He might find a kill, but he might not as the box goes down. Raven goes in, but Walaris is still alive. He's kiting it back, and Corvidae are just getting torn apart as Outlaws are following through with Raven. The Baron buff minions and an Abyssal Voyage. Hello, I've come from the depths. It's like your mother calling at 12 o'clock at night saying, where are you? And you say, I'm in a club, damn it. And Raven is the one who takes the call. He gets kicked out of the club, and 3 members to follow from Corvidae.
You're talking about Corvidae being ripped apart. I want to talk about them just being on the wrong side. Look at
the flash forward. Curse. Dude, you are going nuts as he's taking on a 1v2, has the Ravenous Hydra and so much life steal. But Babushka may have bitten off more than he can chew. Does take the charm in the end, gets stunned forward.
He's still
so
going.
much CC. He's still alive, but not for long. He'll play with the hearts of the audience. The shutdown to go to Ozza, but the bottom lane turret will follow. And Outlaws are still 9,000 gold ahead.
Wow, absolutely ridiculous. Now let's go back to what was happening before.
Please.
So I wanted you mentioned Corvidae were being torn apart. Corvidae were just fighting on different fronts.
Hendrix, they're torn. Have you heard the song Torn?
I have heard the words torn.
This is how I feel.
This is how you feel.
This is how I feel.
All right.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Don't quote a song unless you know it.
This is how I feel. I'm already late or something. I don't know.
All right. So Corvidae were taking fights everywhere, whereas Outlaws were rallying, regrouping, making sure everyone who was low had the backup they needed necessity.
Hello.
Corvidae were just sort of running around with their heads chopped off, and they were basically getting their heads chopped off once again.
Like a chicken.
Like a chicken.
Like a chicken. It's funny that you should quote that, Hendrix.
It's funny that you should quote a song that you don't know the lyrics to.
You're funny. No, you're funny. All right. No, we're not playing that game. It's 8,000 gold for Outlaws. I did misquote before because my maths is not great, nor is it my strong suit, nor would I tell anyone I can do maths. But Outlaws are a team that have impressed us in the OCS so far. And when we were just starting to say that Outlaws not looking too great, they kind of just switch on. And they pick apart Corvidae at the seams. They say, this is your weak point, I'll take that. It started with a pick from Ozza. They found one on Taka. They rinse, repeat. They got Baron. And now Corvidae are just trying to recover this massive disadvantage, which I'm not sure they can do.
Just seems to be a hard ask now. As you can see, Scam sitting on the side there, has got the ward there to make sure he's got the cover to go for that engage. So Outlaws are putting their wards in. We said before, they don't have the wards in the right places. That most times they do have it for this engage coming through. They don't seem to be pulling Corvidae thin.
Oh, yeah.
Curse is once again in that mid lane. All of a sudden, everyone has to deal with a lane's being pushed on two fronts. And you're just waiting for Corvidae to force an engage here, because if this goes on for an extended period of time, they are just going to lose their base.
How does Rain play this? The answer is he doesn't care, because he's got K-pop behind him. The net of safety as Willaris approaches, and this bottom lane turret is next. Chain of Corruption eaten up by K-pop. He saves Willaris. Rain uses the Feather Storm. In goes Scam Diggity. There we go. Shockwave. Bring him back in, baby. As Willaris gets the first one. Corvidae, run for your life. In goes Flubber. And Gelatin is soft, but it is also very hard to get out of. This inhibitor will be next. And even after one, Corvidae are getting torn apart by the new Outlaw lineup. God damn, they're scary.
Whoa. They start the engage. Wasn't enough for it to happen there. Outlaws capitalize with the ball delivery. Goo flying at the face of Corvidae.
Ew.
And immediately 2 inhibitors fall. This game is over.
Mendrix! Game's never over till it's over.
There's a Baron up in 5 seconds.
The game
and you've
could
got
be
super
over.
minions pushing down the bot side of the map.
But Mendrix, it's the OCS. Anything's possible. Have you been to Disneyland? Have you been? Tell me, have you been to Disneyland?
I have been to Disneyland.
Have you been to the Tower of Terror?
Is the Tower of Terror there?
No, I went to the one in Japan.
Okay.
That thing dropped from like 100 meters up. And you never, like, that was stupid. I can't believe that thing.
The ride that I've been to in Disneyland is the Screaming Demon. That was
Screaming Demon.
Yeah, crazy.
Not in Kansas anymore.
That's the one.
Screaming Demon.
That's in the California Adventure. It's great. Anyways, there's a Baron.
Yes, there is a Baron. Mendrix, and looking for the steal is
There's wards everywhere as well.
They will spot it out.
Point guard being played again.
Goes Scam Diggity, gets out of the pit. Babushka, if he finds his way in, could actually steal this one away. A flash miss by Rain, but not by K-pop. As Raven misses the ultimate. Corvidae have missed a lot of ultimates. The charm onto Curse, but he's still following it up. He'll get the explosive cast. And this could be a good fight for Corvidae, but in comes Isaiah in a close space. And Curse rotates around. He's still alive. A lot of Corvidae members are low, but so are Outlaws. A double kill coming through. And Taka to get chased around by Flubbery Dubbery. In we go. Wubba lubba dub dub. But runs the other way.
The base.
It's going to be over because Curse has decided that Taka doesn't matter. This guy is one of our MVPs, but all of Outlaws, let's be honest.
Oh, he's keeping them there. He's making sure they can't back. This is going to be the game because Rain has joined in as well.
What a game.
I can't believe, I was looking at that going, is Corvidae going to win this team fight? Because Outlaws have just jumped off the Baron.
How did Curse survive that team fight?
I don't know. Because that man, he just seems to be unkillable.
Oh, Outlaws.
He only died once, and that was because he went into 4 members.
Outlaws at the end of the day will take the win. Welcome back, Preacher Fu.
It's good to be back.
Hey, baby. Let's ask ourselves honestly, was there ever a point where Outlaws weren't in control in that game? I think the answer might be yes.
Yeah, it looked like going into early mid-game that they weren't quite in control, but Outlaws in that game just reminded me of pretty much every single group project ever that I've ever had in university.
Are we back to science?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I never
man.
did science. I did computer science. It's not quite the same thing. So practically,
science, isn't it?
you have K-pop down in the bottom lane, right? And he's that goofball who you just cross your fingers and say, come on, dude, just get your part done. Just get your part done. Sometimes he saves you. You know, he gets you out to safety. But other times he just randomly walks way too far forward into the enemy turret.
Yep.
Against a Thresh, against an Ari as well. Just goes under that turret and dies. You're just wondering, well, that's sort of what I expected him to do anyway. And then you got the top side in Curse, the new member. He's like the mature age student who's coming in. He's wondering, how does this team work? How do you guys interact with each other? I'm not too sure. I'm just going to do my own professional thing over here. And then finally you got Scam Diggity, somebody who you never really see until the late game doing yakety sacks, making sure that your team can win.
Yakety sacks! But PG yakety sacks.
Of course.
Very nice work. Mendrix, at the end of that, it was Outlaws just taking full control. Corvidae did try to get these picks, and they succeeded, but there were so many outtakes that Corvidae found, and it was like, what do you want to call it? It's like a bad movie that has outtakes that are better, you know, than the actual movie itself, and all of those bits should have been in the movie. Corvidae should have played so much better rather than how they played.
Are you referencing the Batman vs Superman movie?
I don't know. That movie wasn't great.
There's a lot of extended cuts.
That was not a great movie.
That was not a great movie. You add the extended cuts, it proves a little bit. But
yeah,
what I want to take into account with all those sort of picks that you could say Corvidae found, they were found off the back of overextensions from Outlaws. Every single time that seemed to be an advantage going to Corvidae was because Outlaws were just pushing a little bit too far, being a bit overzealous, and they paid the price for it. But the moment they decided to go, hey guys, let's take the team fight first, then we take the objectives, they were able to take control of the game, get the win.
And it almost looked like the rebuke coming out from Corvidae was stronger than the actual initial fights coming out from Outlaws. Because you remember the 14-minute play down bottom side, Outlaws teleported down, used the teleport advantage that they had over the Gnar, and then just completely stomped the bottom side. And then what happened afterwards was Corvidae used the teleport advantage that they had in the mid lane. It almost looked better in that instance. But unfortunately, Corvidae couldn't be on the front foot for any of these situations. After that fight, Corvidae looked like they were ahead. Unfortunately, couldn't force it anymore. So this is one of those teams that look like, great, you can dance the tango, but you need to be able to lead it.
And I think at the end of the day, Outlaws will still be happy with that win, putting them to 5-1 and being the champions of our leaderboard for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a 5-minute break, but more OCS action lies in wait when we return.